It's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about The Equalizer, Season 1, Episode 9, True Believer. That's right, True Believer. And this was a wonderful episode. But before we get into the episode, shout out to everybody in my comment section. Thank you for holding me down. You know, a lot of things are not happening. Tyler Perry's on hiatus with a lot of his shows. So I want to thank you. But I'm kind of glad that, nothing really is happening right now because your girl Barbie J here is kind of sad. Yesterday, yesterday, I said goodbye to a friend of mine, a good friend of mine from church, and he was supposed to sing on one of my Sister Junebug Church Chat concerts, and he passed away a few weeks ago, and they had his memorial service yesterday, and I didn't handle it well. I didn't handle it well, but it was a beautiful service. And now, this morning, I woke up congested as ever. My allergies, I haven't been able to breathe clearly all day. The only way I can breathe is through my mouth. If I try to do my nose, it just won't even work. So, thank you guys. Because of y'all, I'm here doing this because I really want to be in bed sleeping. So, I'm here to do this recap. Okay, so before we do that, also, please subscribe to my channel. Remember, I'm trying to hit that mark of 500 before my birthday. That's in less than 2 weeks now. So there's a subscribe button right down here, or is it on yours right down here? Wherever it is, please hit that subscribe button. And if you want, you can hit the notification bell. That will let you know every time I upload a new video. But the subscribe button is what's most important. So thank you. And shout out again to everybody in the comment section who's hanging in there while things are slow in the review realm, I guess I could say. But anyway, this show was good. This episode was really good. And we all, I'm sure, love the ending because we didn't like the ending before with Detective Dante. So maybe we'll like this one. So it started off with Robin and her daughter Delilah, and Delilah want her to do a TikTok video. I did a couple of those. I'm gonna have to go back to doing that. That was fun. So she wants her mom to do a TikTok video with her, and Robin finds out that she be doing it with her stepmom. She said, "Oh, you be doing it with her?" She said, "Yeah, we do it all the time." So Aunt Vi Henry comes over there and she's looking at she shows her the videos that Delilah had done with her stepmother. And then she also realizes that Robin cannot be on social media with what she does because, Aunt Vi found out last week that what Robin really does. So she realizing she got to keep herself undercover. And she don't want to jeopardize her family's safety. So that's why she don't want to be on it. But y'all see what they did at the end. You'll see if you didn't watch it yet. So Robin gets a call for help and she leaves, okay? And she goes see some lady who says she found her husband's been acting strange. She found a bloody knife, all his blood, it's not his, whatever. And he's acting weird. He left without his St. Christopher and his cell phone. He didn't bring any of that. That's not like him. So she thinks something is up. So Robin just starts digging into, she goes to Harry and Mel to find out what's going on. And of course, she finds out that the man has been riding the number 7 train all this time back and forth because he got laid off from his job 5 months ago. So he been laid off for 5 months, ain't tell his wife, who's sitting home with their 2 sons, one of them who almost died, but he's still alive. And, and so a lot's been happening, and he joined some kind of, I'm going to say militia, it's not militia, but some type of group where they're mad, they're fighting back. It's white men. It's white men thinking these immigrants are taking their jobs, and he got laid off of his job because some immigrant got it. Kind of what's going on right now. You know what I mean? With all this voter registration trying to, cut all this stuff. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so they find out he lost his job 5 months ago. He's been getting off the train at Hunts Point. But I thought she said the number 7 train. He was riding whatever train, but I think she said he was getting off at Hunts Point or something like that. And that's in the Bronx. So I don't know. Anyway. And so she goes to they check out the surveillance cameras, and they see over in that area he's been going into some like a storage unit or something like that. So the storage unit, and he see people coming out and going in, and he see somebody with a bloody arm and all kind of craziness. So what does Robin do? Her and Mel, they go and take a trip to go see what's in that unit. And when they get there, the unit has been cleared out, bleach and everything. And then they find materials laying around that seem to be able to make a bomb. I believe that's what it was, right? So, of course, what does she do? They find out one of the people who it is a police officer. So he must be a dirty cop. So they reach out to Detective Dante, who he's busy trying to find out who Robin is. He got people looking into her to see who she is and all this stuff. And since this woman's husband and the 3 other friends seem to be dangerous and stuff, she thought that she should contact Detective Dante, like I said, because, you know, he's all about getting that bad cop. And she gives him all of the intel that she knows. And he, you know, he playing his little game. He's pissed. He don't want to do this anymore with her. She tells him the name of the group is the Truth Trackers or whatever, and find out and follow up. So he too busy getting mad. She's like, would you stop already? You just too blind to see that we're on the same side. And he's like, no, we're not on the same side of the street. You're over there and I'm over here, because she left a message or something. She didn't just call him. She left something in his car. And he said, look, he's so busy like asking her questions about her military background. And she's like, what are you talking about? You know, she said, look, all you should be concerned about is a dirty cop and a bomb. And that's what your focus should be on. And so, you know, somehow a truck went by. She hung up and was walking, and a truck went by. And when the truck passed, she was gone. So he was like, yeah, whatever. So they show Mel. Mel goes undercover to check out this social media company that's doing some dirty stuff and has something to do with this whole program thing too. And she goes in there with this plaid suit. That plaid suit was fierce that Mel had on. I really liked that. It was a cute little pantsuit. Plaid, colorful. It was really nice. BarbiJ could see herself in that. But anyway, she goes undercover to meet that guy, to running it to see what's going on with him. And she finds out that they supposed to be having top-notch security. And when they're in there, could see all of these people's personal stuff on social media. You hear that? Us social media people, we got to be careful, because some of them are reading our stuff or looking at our stuff. So Detective Dante tells his boss about Robin's info. And she's like, oh, that's good. He said, well, what do you want me to do? She said, do what you got to do, she told him. And he said, does that mean like working with her? She said, keep her close. She said, do what you got to do, keep her close. And once the bomb is deactivated, arrest her. I was so pissed about that. I mean, really, Detective Dante, you going to arrest her? So I was like, why they always got the white person, got the black person after the other black person? What was that movie I watched? And they had the black people what Billie Holiday? They had the black detectives take her down. Come on, black detectives, we can't be doing that. Or FBI agents, I think they were feds, right? So anyway, and they find out the bad cop's name is Murdoch or something like that. So Detective Dante and Robin, they casing out the same hotel, but she didn't know he was there, and she went to the room immediately. He saw her and was like, oh man, she gonna mess up my surveillance, blah, blah, blah. She goes in there, ends up fighting with the guys or something. Detective Dante comes running. One guy ran out the door, and Robin was fighting the other guy and ran out the back window, because by the time Detective Dante came in there and he had the gun pointed at the one guy, he didn't see Robin around, because the guy was trying to run out. Robin jetted out a window. Woo, my girl, as big as she is, she was like, that big girl was getting it out of that window. They didn't show it, but I'm sure she did. Anyway, so what happens? Robin goes after the guy who escaped, and she got his license plate number, and she got, Harry helping her and all this stuff. And Detective Dante gets the bad cop. I think his name was Murdoch or something, whatever. He gets the bad cop, and the bad cop what is that, interrogating him? And the bad cop is making him look like he's stupid, because of course he hid his stuff. He got his stuff covered. You know how them cops. So I have a lot of police officers and detective friends. They know how to cover they stuff. And so the boss, he don't want to tell anything. And Detective Dante tells his boss, that female, white female. I don't know what she is. I forgot what her title is. Anyway, y'all can tell me down in the comment section if y'all remember who she is. I really kind of don't care. Anyway, so she gets the warrant a warrant for the going to detective's house. And it makes it look bad on him, because if they don't find anything, then he looks bad. And of course, they didn't find anything. They went in the house, and one of the cops said, that's messed up. His place is clean, and it makes you look bad. You going after one of your own and all this stuff. And Detective Dante's like, he kind of upset, but he knows Robin would not be lying to him. Usually she's good with the information she gives him. So Robin, when she gets to the place, catches up with the other guy, she talks to him. She starts trying to talk to him and reason with him and stuff. You know, it's hard for people when they in something deep, occult, they don't hear what you say. So she tries to talk to him, and she learns that bomb that he was doing was a diversion, that there's another bomb that's much bigger probably to blow up. And he said that they don't usually tell him the information of the big bomb or whatever. So she sends the first bomb to Detective Dante's office, because she, of course, the guy tried to fight her, and that didn't help. But she took out the detonator and sent it to him and told him to get the fingerprints off of it for her. Remove the prints, because she had called him and asked him how things was going with the bad cop, and he said it wasn't good. So she told him to get back to the office and check that out. And they got some fingerprints off of it, and they end up picking up those two guys. It was like a janitor and a cook or somebody. You know, I guess it was the only, but they were all white men. Come on, they were all white men. And the guy who she was getting, whose wife called her to about her husband, his name was Elias. So she gets Elias, and she's talking to him, and she's giving him all the information, and she's trying to get the information out of him where this other bomb is, but she just talks to him, and she talks to him like he's a person, like she talks about his family and his kids and his son, and she talked about how her daughter wanted her to do the TikTok video. Have you ever done one? And he kind of laughed, because she said, I could tell you did one. You know, she was warming him up. She did talk to him like he was a patriot, like he thought he was a patriot. January 6th, the Capitol. Don't get me started, y'all. He said he was a patriot. She said, and she didn't talk to him like that, like he was a patriot or terrorist or murderer. She just was like, she threw it out there though. What happens if you're wrong with what these people are saying? What's going to happen then? Then you're a murderer. How would you feel if somebody blew up something and your kids were up there and blown into pieces? Because he was talking about there might be some casualties when you do this thing. What if it's your child? You know, it made him think. And then with her passing him the St. Christopher, the chain, and she kept reminding him, your wife sent me. She's very worried about you and all this stuff. So he kind of warmed up, started thinking about his family and stuff. So he gave her what little bit of information he had. And she gives that to, of course, to Detective Dante. And they end up meeting in the same sewer thing, because she told him they're trying to manipulate you for money, and she was showing this man everything, Elias, everything, and he really didn't believe her. So anyway, there was something else. So they find out where the bomb is. They find out there's a building with a lot of immigration and doing immigration advocates in there, and international students. So of course they want to blow it up, because the immigrants are taking the white man's jobs. I keep having to do this because it's just sad. I just, racism is racism. Y'all can call it what you want, but that's pure racism. Anyway, so they both end up in the underneath that building, because there was a subway tunnel or some kind of tunnel or something there, you know, underneath the building. So they could plant the bomb there, and once it blows, the building will crumble. It'll fall down. All fall down. Ring around the mountain. Let me stop. So anyway, so they meet in the tunnel. They catch up with each other, I guess. I don't know. They find the bomb. And Queen Latifah Robin tells him, you got to help me do this. He's like, the bomb squad is 10 minutes out. She said, how long will it take you to get all the people out the building? 15 minutes. She said, then we're going to have to do this ourselves. He's like, what? He's like, he's like, sound like Scooby-Doo. He was backing up a little bit, but then she said, you got to come help me. She gave him a scissor. She found out which wires it was. She said, it's been a while since I've done this. She said, we got to cut them at the same time. Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Clip. And they deactivated. And he said, you know, Oh, that was great. And I could tell when she was backing up, something was about to happen. She was backing up saying, whoo, this was something. He said, yeah, and I'm sorry. And she said, sorry. And they got their guns pointed at her, talking about she's under arrest. And put your hands behind your back. And she said, really? You gonna do this after all these people we just saved? Really? You gonna do this to me? And he was like, it's not about what doing it to you. It's about, I guess it's her ethics and the way she does things. She said, well, then I'm sorry too. And she bust them two cops up. Pop, pop, pop. She messed them two cops up. Yes, she did. And once she did that, she didn't touch Detective Dante, but he kept looking at her. And he was looking at her. He had his gun drawn like he was going to shoot her. And she said, what you going to do? She said, my hands are up. My hands are up. She said, and she walked out, because she didn't mess with him. Because she needs him. And he needs her too, because she helping everything. So anyway, she gets out of there, which was great. That was good. She gets out of there and she goes and gets the guy, Elias. I don't know where he was. Was he still with Harry and them? I guess so. She gets Elias. She brings him home to see his family before he has to go, away for a long time. Because he going to have to go away for a long time for his part that he played in this whole thing and what he's done. And he got to hug his sons and apologize to his wife. And she's like, you should have trusted me, all that stuff. And then they show Detective Dante, which is, I like this part because he's talking to his boss, the white woman. I don't know her name. I hate calling her the white woman, but I don't know what her name is or who she is. And she says, this is great work, detective. I like this. Now you can focus on apprehending the vigilante. Talking about Robin. And he's like, I don't think I could do that. She was like, what? I thought we had an understanding. He said, we did have an understanding. He said, here's my affidavit to explain everything that happened, that she assaulted the two officers and da-da-da-da, whatever. She said, well, this is enough to get her? He said, yeah, but I can't do it. He said, because I also had the chance to, he explained he was in the best position because she said, you're in the best position to get her now. And he said, I was in the best position to shoot her and end this all, but I didn't. He said, I didn't take the shot. And he said, maybe it's me who has been compromised, and he said he feels that the task that she's asking him to do should be reassigned to somebody else because he can't do it. Because he knows she's doing good. Robin's doing a lot of good stuff. It's just the way she goes about it. But see, she tried to go right a faster way. They got a lot of procedures they have to go through, which is understandable. We all understand that. We all know policemen here and there. Anyway, so I like the way it ended like that with Detective Dante, and then it really ended with Robin and Aunt Vi and Delilah in the living room doing a TikTok video and stuff. And she's like, but how they end up getting away with it, they made their faces look like kitty cats. So they didn't show their real faces, it showed their bodies, but they dancing and it's kitty cat face. So I thought that was cute. That was a nice episode. I really enjoyed it. Y'all let me know down in the comment section how you feel about it. As you hear, I'm getting more and more congested as I talk to you guys. But let me know down in the comment section what you thought of this episode as well. And I'll see you in the next video. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.